I said I was fine.
Sure.
Thank you, that is better.
At first, I thought Elizabeth said no to him because I thought she didn't want to give him the wrong idea. When a man usually offers a blanket or a jacket to keep the woman warm, most of the time it's read as a romantic gesture. So that's what I was thinking at first. And Nathan, like, it's freezing cold, you lying to me, I'm getting you a blanket. And he did, and Elizabeth just like, why, but she admitted that she really needed it, and she just wanted to show off that she can face the cold and, be a woman and don't need a blanket or a guy helping her. But she admitted and thanked him, and it was just a really nice moment between the two.
You know, I used to think it was me you didn't like. Now I'm starting to realize it might just be that you're headstrong.
Very funny. You know that isn't true, right?
Yeah. What part exactly?
The sense of humor, the jokes with each other, and just like seeing that comfortableness between the two, and it's just like there wasn't any awkwardness and no tension, just like two people enjoying each other's company. And I was just like, where was that? Like, all of a sudden, like, we get this, it's just like, what is happening? I'm not saying that Nathan and Elizabeth should be together, but I don't know, it's just like why are we having this moment, like, right now, And it's nighttime, blanket sitting next to each other, like, that's like a signal to the audience, like, okay, are we sensing some intimacy here, or is there going to be another awkward moment between these two?
What are you doing outside anyways?
Florence let me walk her home, but only after I promised that I'd sit right here.
You're a good friend.
Nathan complimented her, and I think the look in the eye, like, kind of like set Elizabeth back. She's like, oh boy, I don't want this moment to lead to another moment that I will regret, because technically I'm seeing Lucas. But I truly believe that when Nathan said you're a good friend, I think he said that from his heart, as a fun thing. And then the look in the eye just like kind of like made it worse for Elizabeth.
Allie must be excited about her adoption ceremony.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't think it's gonna mean that much to her.
Nathan, how can you say that?
I just mean that.
And then she changed the topic, and you can see that Elizabeth like cut the line, like, okay, let's talk about something else. And Allie seemed to be like a really easy topic for conversation for Nathan and Elizabeth. They have that special bond. I'm talking about Allie, like raising her, like Elizabeth is doing the teaching part and Nathan is doing the parenting part.
She thinks she's just gonna feel the same after.
Well, that speaks volumes about you. She knows it won't change how much she loves you, or how much she feels you love her.
And then Nathan revealed some really deep thoughts and feelings about this whole adoption and just life in general. And Elizabeth complimented, it's like in return she complimented Nathan, and she's like, you're a great guardian to her, you're a great dad, you're already a great dad.
You know, adopting Allie is the single best thing that I have ever done with my life. You know, I'll never understand why my sister married Dylan Parks. Or how, after Colleen passed. How he could run out on Allie.
Basically, Nathan went through a lot of suckish stuff in his life, and I'm not trying to swear, but anyway, it's just like there are people out there that really went through a lot of trash in their life, and seeing Nathan at the point right now in his life with Allie in Hope Valley is really a beautiful journey, and how far he has come as who he is, and Allie, and it's just his life in general right now is looking up really good. A lot of deep emotion and deep thoughts that Nathan is expressing in the second half of this scene, and you just never seen him pour out like that. So it was a very awakening moment for the audience. It's just like, you know, this guy is the type of guy that hide everything to himself, and when he just released it, like in this moment, you just like, wow, he really felt that, and he really went through that like mentally, and it's just the emotion that he showed during this scene when he told Elizabeth those things. You can definitely tell that he went through a lot, and it's really nice, a beautiful journey of Nathan and Allie becoming a family and finding their home in Hope Valley.
Haven't you ever lost someone so close to your heart that it tears you apart?
Not yet. Good night.
I just feel like it's out of the blue when Elizabeth said, you know, have you ever lost someone so dearly that, you know, you're just so heartbroken by it? And Nathan gave her that look again, and like, you know, not yet. And at first I was like, okay, like, are you thinking that you still have a chance with Elizabeth, but Elizabeth looked away, and you can see that she's trying to have that boundary with Nathan, like she's trying to not overstep the line because she's not into him like that. She's with Lucas. So it's just like a little bit awkward at the end of this scene. And also I was thinking, okay, is she thinking about, you know, about Jack? And I'm like, she must be thinking about Jack. I think Nathan read it wrong. He probably thinking like, oh, are you talking about us? But Elizabeth just having that moment to herself, like releasing all her emotion and thought about death, and we never really like see her like yell or have that moment of just let it all out, you know what I mean? She really hid those stuff to herself mostly. She talked a bit to Rosemary, but we haven't really like seen her like explode. So it's just like, to me it's just like, okay, well, that's kind of random that she's talking about, you know, losing someone so dearly, and Nathan can see that Elizabeth really didn't want to have any intimate moment. Like, she's just trying to like keep a far distance from him, so he would just like, you know what, I'm out, good night. And she didn't say good night back. I think she's just going through mixed emotion and clouded with many thoughts in her mind. I feel like Nathan wasn't on the same page, or like he wasn't really clicking to what she is trying to say in that moment. But yeah, I don't know what else to say, but feel free to let me know what you think.
But you got your invite.
Allie gave it to me herself. Unless you've changed your mind. Would you rather I not attend?
No. Please. We'd like to have you there.
The next day, I guess everything is fine now with Nathan and Elizabeth. Nathan was happy to see the invitation in Elizabeth's hands, and Elizabeth really excited and looked forward to the adoption ceremony and just wanted to be there to support them as a family friend. And she's like, unless you don't want me to hum. And I was just like, where is this coming from? Like, did I miss something? I think she just is aware that so much has happened between Nathan and her, and there were moments of awkwardness and some moments of intimacy and some moments of just good and bad things, and they went through a lot as friends. They went through a lot in their friendship. And this adoption ceremony is a big thing. Like, it could have been just, the two of them, Nathan and Allie, but inviting Elizabeth is like she said, it's an honor. Like, you didn't have to invite me, but it means so much for the Grant family to have Elizabeth there. Yeah, I just a little bit confused why Elizabeth, unless you don't want me to come. I don't know, I felt like it made it a little bit awkward for that quick second in the scene. But Nathan assured her, to be there, and yeah, it's like they are on the good pace now.
I'm hoping that you will say yes to going for a drive with me.
If it's to my house, I'd just like to spend some time with Jack before
Sure. Attend Allie's ceremony.
Elizabeth smiled to Lucas when he walked over to her. That's important. Second of all, he offered to go out for a drive, just the two of them. And I thought that was a very casual and easygoing date. I thought it was very cool that he asked her out on another hangout. Right now, I feel like going out for a drive, it's less intense than a dinner date, especially where Elizabeth is standing right now in the relationship, especially after the conversation they had about patience and taking things slowly in this relationship. Even though Elizabeth wanted to, she wanted to spend quality time with little Jack.
And you remembered.
These things are important to celebrate. A gift for the father and daughter to be.
Lucas, you are so thoughtful.
And then Lucas brought out this little gift for Allie and Nathan. And my first impression is you didn't have to. That's way beyond the line. He didn't have to do that, but it just shows how thoughtful he is and how much he cares for Nathan and Allie, and he doesn't have any bad vibes against Nathan and Allie. He just want to be a good person, not a friend. He just want to be nice and just have that mutual respect for Nathan and Allie. No resentment, no negative thoughts and feelings against Nathan and Allie, especially Nathan, in regard to the love triangle.
I don't want you to have any secret sorrows.
Okay.
I want you to share all your joys and sorrows, both privately and publicly.
I don't know if you've seen the pattern yet, but I feel like Lucas and Elizabeth have a really good communication skills in the relationship. When something is off, either Lucas or Elizabeth, quick to apologize, or they are both quick to express their feelings and thoughts about something that is bothering them, to have that openness in their relationship, and it's really nice to see that.
So I'm hoping that rather than going for a drive, you might walk me home.
Basically continued the conversation that they had earlier in this episode. Lucas like, let me know when you're ready. Like, I am not gonna keep talking about it. I'm not gonna force you to hold my hand, just let it go, up in the air, you decide, Elizabeth. And he basically gave her space and time to think about it, and Elizabeth thought about it, and she finally told him how she feel about that in this moment. A green light, a clear picture for Lucas that Elizabeth finally decided what she wants in a relationship, and that she decided to move on to the next level in the relationship, which is being public, of being a couple, and Lucas seemed super happy, and he's just really excited for this relationship, and he excited to show the world the woman that he loves. I think at the same time it's something new for her. Like, she went through it with Jack. Like, she knows what it's like to be in love with someone and settling down and getting married. The whole idea of spending someone for the rest of your life. Like, she went through that, but I feel like she experiencing something new with Lucas. Like, every guy is different, right? And every relationship, every life experience is different. Even though she has the experience of being married to a man, this new relationship with Lucas is still new to her, because it's something that she cannot control. Like, it's something that she doesn't know what's going to happen in the future with Lucas. But all she knows right now is that she likes him, and she wants to continue the relationship and move on to the next page and be an official couple. And it's really great to see that, and that they are on the same page, and they're holding hands, and that is a huge milestone, especially for Elizabeth, after what she went through with Jack, and the past, and that hurt and that grief that she went through with the death of Jack. It overtook her, and so many emotions she went through with that, and being a new relationship with a new man. It's really exciting for her, but at the same time, I know she's anxious, because it's like starting over again, you know what I mean? And it's just like the first of everything, and right now it's the first of holding hand in public, and that's really exciting.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, how thoughtful. Thank you. Judge Avery, we can begin now. Everyone's here.
What a way to end the episode. Oh my goodness. Allie literally set them up, and she kind of like gave us a signal earlier in this episode. Nathan gave her the freedom to control the guest list, but Nathan did not know what she was up to, so you can't really blame Nathan entirely. But as a parent, I don't know what being a parent is like, but I assume being a parent in that moment is embarrassing for Nathan, and he's like, oh shoot, like, I did not know about this, like, this is not my doing, like, I did not have a part in this, and it's all Allie. Allie sneaky plan, and Elizabeth did not like it. She was not happy. she already knew in the beginning. She's like, where is everyone? And the moment Allie grabbed both of their hands to the judge, it's like a picture of a potential future family between these three, well, and little Jack. Yeah, this is not good. And it shows that Allie is disrespecting Lucas and Elizabeth relationship. She already knows that there's something going on between Lucas and Elizabeth, and she is willing to do anything to destroy that, basically, and give Elizabeth to her uncle Nathan. It's really rude at this point. I'm not trying to like make the character look bad, but from what I see right now, it's like it's not good. And Nathan is super embarrassed and most likely would be really mad at Allie after that ceremony. Yeah, it's not good. And if I was Elizabeth, I wouldn't feel good about telling Lucas, you know, especially after she held his hand for the first time. Yeah, it's just like a roller coaster ride with this love triangle. And of course, in reality, it's the writers writing these storylines. What Allie did was just so wrong. And we'll see what happens in the next episode. I will see you really soon, depending on my holiday schedule. But we will finish this before season 9. And it's December. It's like literally, 2.5 more months until season 9, actually in mid or late February. Yeah, it's getting close, guys. Anything, comment below. If you're new, subscribe to my channel. Let all your hearties friends know about the Teacup trail. The more, the merrier. Hope you're having a great day. See you soon. Bye.